All right, not sure if you saw it yesterday. Did a video talking about the Detroit Lions and the kind of genius move that they played so that they could mess around and get another running back. But now I'm recording just like an hour after that, and who knows, this video may be obsolete. But I want to talk about how the Lions still have one weakness after cuts. It is running back, so they either have to go back out and they have to get Craig Reynolds. But in this video, I want to talk to you about other running backs that the Lions could go after. And I want you, when I'm done, to comment, or even now, if you know one that you are thinking about, who should the Lions go get? At running back, who should they get? And hopefully this video isn't gone after that. So I'm going to give you three kind of names that just got cut. And then I'm going to give you two names of guys who just haven't made a roster yet. So I'm going to give you five names in general. I think there's other ones out there that might be even better. These were just the obvious ones that I saw. The first one is Myles Gaskin. Okay, so this guy is very intriguing to me. Last year, he didn't get any attempts in McDaniel's offense. He went down to 10 attempts. But before that, he was the leading rusher for Miami, albeit with 584 yards in 1 year, 612 in the other. I'm reading these stats as I'm talking to you, but he did it at a decently efficient rate. He's 5'10", he's 194 pounds. He can do a little bit of everything. Like he really can do a little bit of everything. So if we go to his most recent year where he got a lot of touches, he had a good receiving grade. He had a good rushing grade. Like, he honestly is a good all-around back for this team. No, he's not going to light your hair on fire. No, he's not going to do any of these crazy things, but he's going to be the third or fourth running back. So why are we even worried about it? Right? Like, I think that's kind of where I go with it. Like, I'm just kind of like, what does it even matter? All right. Coming out of Washington, he wasn't that fast. This is why he was a 7th round pick. Nothing flashy. He just gets the job done. That's what you want. All right. That's guy number one. Guy number two is Melvin Gordon. He's 30 years old, seems to never go away. I will be honest, it feels like last year he kind of hit a cliff. In 2021, he had 203 carries, 918 yards. In his year 28 season, he still was almost getting 1,000 yards. He was running for the Broncos. It was really impressive. Last year, down to 90 carries, only 318 yards, 3.5 yards per attempt in that just atrocious Denver offense. And so you think to yourself, maybe it's just because the Denver offense is bad, right? Maybe it's just because the Denver offense is so bad. But then he goes to Baltimore, he gets cut. That tells me, and there's some running back room talent in Baltimore. Don't get me wrong. There really is. But he gets cut. So that tells me maybe he just doesn't have it anymore, right? Maybe it's the NFL has taken its toll on his body. He doesn't necessarily have it anymore, but man, was he good coming out of Wisconsin. He was so much fun to watch running at Wisconsin. He was drafted in 2015. Good player. Like, it's somebody we need to consider. Again, would he be willing to do the special teams thing? Maybe that's why he got cut in Baltimore. Would he be a good third down or a third, not third down, but a good third or fourth back on a team? I think he could do it. But there's a guy that I really want. The problem is, and this is the third player, this is my number one choice because I think he has the highest upside. But unlike previous years, we don't have good waiver priority. We're number 18. So if we want to get this guy, I'm sure we can try, but it is Trey Surman. The Philadelphia Eagles just cut him. I talked about him as a possibility for the Lions when we have had a couple of other videos. I think he's really good. You saw the writing on the wall coming, but he had a really good preseason. The dude just hasn't done a ton of stuff in the NFL. The most attempts he's ever had in a season was in 2021 with San Francisco. And then he was done. He had 41 attempts for 167 yards, 4.1 yards attempt. Pretty decent grade. Nothing that's going to light your hair on fire. They had other running backs doing better stuff. You thought this guy was going to be good. I remember fantasy football drafts. Everybody's drafting him. Fantasy or dynasty guys are just eating him up, right? And he finally is looking like he's got that NFL running back skill. He really does. He was kind of the anti-Ohio State thing because a lot of Ohio State running backs come in the league. They do okay. Trey Surman did not. He just didn't. So out of those three, who do you like? But then there are the other two guys. Do you go out and spend a little bit of money on a guy like Kareem Hunt? I don't know. I don't think so. And I'm just not even going to leave a lot of time for these two guys. And the other one is Leonard Fournette. I don't want to deal with it. Like, if you want one of those guys, you leave a comment. You tell me why you want one of those guys. I don't want any part of that. We have two running backs that are better than both of them. So I would rather go take a flyer on a young guy like a Trey Surman, if you can get him, right? I'd rather do that. We have a lot of depth in a lot of places. I'd rather maybe make a trade for another running back, and I talked about it earlier on the previous video. I think it was yesterday's video where I talked about the Browns and how they made a trade. They didn't give up somebody that was going to be helpful for them, but it was helpful for the Patriots. Can we go get a solid running back, or are we just happy knowing we have two really good running backs? But here's the thing. You need a third running back. Honestly, you probably need a fourth running back. It's the NFL. Running backs get hurt. We know this all too well. The last time we had a running back that was really good, that stayed healthy, I'm not going to say Barry Sanders, but James Stewart, Kevin Smith. Like, he wasn't really good, but I mean, he stayed fairly healthy. Since then, it's running backs that flash, but can stay healthy. And that's the nature of the beast when you look at the NFL. And that's why teams are keeping 4, sometimes 5 running backs. I do think the move the Lions made was a genius move, only keeping 2, because they can bring Craig Reynolds back. And there's nobody else on this roster that they couldn't go get, like somebody better that was cut by another team. So I want to, oh man, I don't think he'll make it to us in the waivers, but man, do I want Trey Surman. I want him. All right. So anyways, if you like the content we're putting out, hit that subscribe button. That's the best way to support this channel. It'll give you notifications of when we put new videos out. Spoiler alert, it's every day. So it'll give you new notifications on that. And like the video. And like I said before, leave a comment. I love talking with you guys in the comments, and mostly I just love reading the comments. I think it's great. We love the community that we have here on Sports Talk Detroit. All right. Thanks for watching. See you on the next one.